Hello, I welcome you to today's lesson. My name is Paul Williams Ofori. I want to know your name, so go to the comment section and write your name for me. The name of your school, the name of your town, they are important. Okay, so today what do we have? We have science for basic 5. Today we are looking at strand 2, cycles. The indicator: identify human activities that make water unsuitable for human use. Identify human activities that make water unsuitable for human use. So our topic for today is how water is polluted by some human activities. How water is polluted by some human activities. So today we are going to look at water. We all use water. Every day we use water. We drink water. We use it for washing down. We use water to wash our cooking utensils. We use water to do so many things. We get water from different sources. So just imagine that one day you go to where you always fetch water and the water is polluted, that you cannot use again. What do you think will happen to you? So today we are looking at water and how they get polluted. How these water bodies get what? Polluted by our own activities, by human activities. So there are some things that human beings will do which pollutes the water. So that is what we are going to look at. Remember, water is life. So if we pollute our water bodies, it means we are doing things that will affect our life on earth. Pay attention. By the end of the lesson, you'll be able to identify some human activities that pollute the water that we use. And you also get to know how best we can prevent these things from happening. Okay, pay attention and let's look at the keywords. The first word is pollution. Pollution. Pollution means introducing harmful substance or the introduction of harmful substance into the environment. So if you introduce something that is harmful into the environment, we describe it as what? Pollution. The next word is contamination. Contamination. Contamination comes from the word contaminate. If you contaminate something, it means you have made that thing less impure. You have reduced the quality of that thing. Contamination. The next word is sewage. Sewage. Sewage too refers to the waste. You know, we have solid waste and other waste, but sewage, we are talking about liquid or wastewater. Wastewater. So if you see any wastewater flowing in gutters, if you see any wastewater at a place, we call it what? Sewage. But mostly it's what? It flows outside. So let's say this is a factory. Per our activities, we need to what? Generate waste. And the waste that will come out in the form of water. So we make sure the waste are discharged, are allowed to flow outside. So that is sewage. Sewage. Okay. Then the next word is chemicals. Chemicals. So this is a substance artificially manufactured. Substances that are artificially manufactured. Chemicals are used for so many reasons, for so many purposes. Most of the things that we use when we are farming, most of the things that we use when we are weeding, we weed, right, with cutlass, but we have weedicides too that also perform the same function for us. The weedicide is made of what? Chemicals. Are you following? Not only that, a whole lot of things that we use, a whole lot of substances that we use, they are made of what? Chemicals. Okay. And remember, chemicals are not always harmful. Some are for good purposes. The next one is toxic. Toxic. Toxic means poisonous. Toxic means what? Poisonous. Okay. Now, we are looking at water. Water is one of the essential resources. Water is one of the essential, the most vital resources that all living things need. So human beings, we need water. Animals need water. Plants also need what? Water. Without water, life will be difficult for us. We say water is life. So if you want to have life, we want to live long, then we need to protect our water bodies. If we have good water, then it means we have life. So today we are looking at the activities that pollute our water bodies. Because if our water bodies are polluted, our life will be affected. Life of animals will be affected. Life of plants too will be affected. Okay. Now, we are going to look at qualities of good drinking water. You drink water, I also drink water. But if I give you water that has color, will you drink it? If I give you something like water and I tell you, oh, this is water, meanwhile the color of that thing is red, will you drink because I said it is water? The answer is no. You will look at the color of it and say that you know what, drink, because this is not how water looks like. So we are going to look at qualities of a good drinking water. Which water must you drink? Which water must you not what? Drink. So potable water is the one that all of us needs to drink. And how are you going to identify that this water is potable or this water is safe for us to drink? Now, the number one is what? Good drinking water is free from germs. So germs are organisms that we cannot see with our eyes. But potable water or good drinking water must be free from what? Germs. It shouldn't contain any germs. So that is number one. Number two, the second quality is that good drinking water is free from dust particles. So if I fetch water for you and I ask you to drink it, if you see dust particles in the water, will you still go ahead and drink the water? No, because that water is not drinkable, it's not potable, because it contains what? Dust particles. So if you are drinking water and you see dust particles in it, it tells you that that water that you are drinking is not a good one. It's not safe. It's not pure. Okay, so good drinking water is free from dust particles and it's also free from what? Germs. The next one is that good drinking water is colorless. It means it has no color. What is the color of this? This is white, right? What is the color of this side? Black. What is the color? You see silver. What is the color of your dress? Now fetch water and tell me the color of it. Water has no color. So you say it is what? Colorless. If you see something like water, or if somebody gives you water which has color, and the person tells you that, oh, this water is clean, remember that I have told you that water has no color. So if somebody gives you something and the person tells you that it is water, check the color. If it has color, don't drink it, because water has no color. The next one is that good drinking water is odorless, meaning it does not what? Have any bad, or it does not have odor. Okay, so it doesn't smell, it doesn't have any smell. If you are drinking water and you want to smell whether it has bad scent or not, if it has scent, it means that water is not pure. So good drinking water has no smell, it has no odor. Okay. The next one, good drinking water is tasteless. That is, it has what? No taste. it has what? No taste. So good drinking water has no taste. That is what you should know. Don't drink water and, oh, this water contains salt. Oh, it's nice, Papa. This water contains sugar. Hey, fetch some for me again. Remember, if you do that, it means you are not drinking good potable water. Because potable water doesn't have taste. Potable water doesn't have taste. Okay. So what will happen to us if we use contaminated, unsafe water? If you drink water that is polluted, if you drink water that is contaminated, if you drink water that is not potable, what is going to happen to you? What do you think will happen? Now, these are the things that will happen to us. You may suffer from diarrhea. So look at the spelling of diarrhea. We have British and American spelling. So we use the British language. So here you see O. So if you see diarrhea somewhere without O, it tells you it is what? An American spelling. It's an American spelling. Okay, so you suffer from what? Diarrhea. If you drink water that is what? Contaminated, you'll be visiting the washroom frequently. Okay, so the next one, you may have stomach pains. So your stomach, you'll feel pains in your stomach. The next one is you may vomit. You throw up whatever you have eaten, you vomit them out. Okay, so if you drink water that is polluted, these are the things that you go through. That is why I'm telling you that do your very best to ensure that your source of water, the source of water, where you get water from, is not polluted. Because if it is polluted or if it gets polluted, you go through all these things. The next one is that you may contract cholera. So cholera too is a waterborne disease. If water is contaminated, this is one of the effects. You may contract what? Cholera. The next one is you may contract what? Typhoid. Another one. So these are all diseases that we can contract if we use polluted water. Okay. Now let's look at some human activities that make water unsafe for use. So we have our water bodies there. Human beings, a lot of activities happen, and these activities make our water bodies impure. We are going to look at human activities that pollute our water bodies. Now the first one, dumping toxic waste into water bodies will make them unsafe for use. So if you look at this, you can see that we have factory here and we have this. So if you are around this place and you always get your water from here, look at the waste, toxic waste coming from the factory into the water. It will what? Pollute the water. This one contains chemicals, poisonous substances. So if they are mixed with water, the quality of the water will be reduced. And it can what? Have effect on you if you drink water from this place or if you use water from this place. Okay. So one of the human activities is what? Dumping toxic waste into water bodies. Okay. So the next one, the disposal of sewage into water bodies. So I explained to you that sewage is what? Wastewater. So you see this water is waste coming from somewhere into the water body here. So if you use water from this source, what do you think will happen to you? Because the sewage will contaminate the water, will pollute the water. The next one, felling trees or cutting down trees during farming removes the soil cover. So look at this place. You can see that here there was what? Forest. All this place was forest. And now we don't see the forest again because the trees have been cut down. So here the land is now exposed to the sun. If it rains, the water will just what? Have direct contact with the topsoil. It will wash away all the topsoil. That is, erosion will take place here. And if it happens like that, all the things here will be washed into our water bodies. Imagine we have all these things being washed into water bodies. What do you think will happen? It will pollute the water. Okay. So when we cut down trees, just like that, this is one of the effects. Okay, another human activity that pollutes our water bodies is illegal mining. So Galamsey, this is Galamsey site. We have water all over here, but the water that we have here, can you drink any of them? The water wasn't like this, but because of mining, look at what has happened here. So this tells you that mining is a human activity, and the effect of it is that it's what pollutes our water bodies, especially if it is not done the right way. This is Galamsey sites, illegal mining. For them, they don't care whether the water will be polluted or not. Once they are looking for their gold, once they are looking for their mineral, they will do whatever it takes to get the gold and leave the place like that. Now they are finished. This area will be there like that. We can't use it for farming. You can't fetch water from here. The soil too, the quality, the fertility of the soil is not there again. So they will finish and leave the place like this. So illegal mining is something that we need to discourage. There are better ways that we can mine. But our people are not doing it. Let's look at another way, another human activities that pollutes our water bodies. Look at the man. He's pouring litter into the water body. He's disposing waste materials into water bodies. Is this the right thing for us to do? So those of you who have been doing this, if you do this, you are doing things that will affect your life. You shouldn't do this. You shouldn't pour litter or throw litter or dump litter into our water bodies. This is another activity. The next one is this. Have you seen the man? What is he doing? He's spraying the farm. What we have here, or what he has here, is chemicals. So it could be weedicide, pesticide here, and he's spraying. So if you do this and it rains, the rain will wash everything. You can even see that we have water body here. The rain will wash everything into the water body. And I believe this man, he fetches water from the river here. So look at what we are doing. If it rains and the rain washes all the chemicals into the river, you go there again and fetch it. So another human activity that pollutes our water bodies. And this is fertilizer. Look at this. The person is applying fertilizer to the soil so that the plants can grow well. Listen to me, fertilizers are good, but too much of it is not good. If you do this and it rains, the rainwater will wash everything into our water bodies, and you know the effects that it can cause. Number 8, the use of chemicals for fishing. This thing, So look at the fish that we buy from the markets. How people get the fish. They use chemicals. They pour the chemical into the water. All living things, not only fish, all living things, frog and others, all living things in the water will die. Then they will just take them. If you do this, don't think that you have only killed the living things. What of the water? can we still use the water? If the living things, the animals in the water, they have died because of the chemical, what will happen to human beings who will also fetch the water and use the water? So if you do these things, we are polluting our water bodies. Okay. Now, we have seen some human activities that pollute our water bodies. We are going to see how we can prevent, minimize, or control water pollution. Things that we would do to control, minimize, or prevent water pollution. So these are the things that we should do if you want to get good drinking water all the time. Number one, toxic waste should not be discharged into water bodies. So if you have any waste that is toxic, please don't go and discharge them into water bodies. If you do that, you are polluting the water. For us not to pollute the water, or for us not to get this water polluted, anytime you have toxic waste, you should find a proper way of disposing it. We shouldn't dump them into water bodies. 2, we should avoid discharging sewage into water bodies. So the sewage that we discharge into water bodies should be what? Avoided. 3rd, we should stop deforestation. Deforestation is about cutting down trees. So we cut down trees for farming and other things. You know, it removes the cover of the soil. So anytime it rains, the topsoil gets washed into water bodies. So we shouldn't we should desist from deforestation. We should stop deforestation. Okay. The next one is that we should number 4, afforestation should be encouraged to protect the soil from erosion. And we have seen deforestation. Afforestation too means planting of trees. Planting of trees. So we should plant a lot of trees all the time. If you do that, we have our water bodies protected, because erosion cannot take place. It prevents erosion. Afforestation prevents erosion. The next one is proper mining methods should be used to protect water bodies from being polluted. Okay, so we are saying that our gold, our minerals, we should mine them, but we should use the proper method. So here, for us to get our water bodies safe and not polluted, those who are doing mining, they should rather use the proper mining method. That one, our water bodies will not get polluted. Okay. The next one, litter from homes, offices, and other workplaces should not be thrown into our water bodies. So in school, after sweeping, please don't send the refuse dump to the riverside and leave it there, or don't dump them into our river bodies or any source of water around. If you do that, you are polluting our water bodies. The next one, the application of fertilizers, pesticide and weedicide on farm must be reduced. So we are saying that we should use them, but it should be reduced. Fertilizers, weedicides, and other chemicals that we use for farming, we should reduce the quantity. Number 7, which happens to be the last one, the use of chemicals for fishing must be avoided, since it pollutes water bodies and poses health risks to all those who consume fish and use the water. So those who use chemicals for fishing, they should stop it. If your father, you know someone who does this, be bold, go to the person, tell the person to stop it. Otherwise, one day the fish that you buy from the market will be the fish that was poisoned by that person. And you know the effects. The animal has died, the fish has died because of poison. You are going to eat the animal. we are going to be poisoned too. Okay, so we have seen how our water bodies get polluted and how we can prevent, minimize, or control this water pollution. This is what today we have learned. We have also learned about water, qualities of good drinking water. We have seen the qualities. So anytime you are drinking water, watch out for these qualities. If it doesn't meet the qualities, don't worry. Don't drink. It's better to avoid the water than to drink, fall sick, and even die. Okay, so in summary, all living things depend on water. Polluted water can lead to different health problems, and it is therefore important to avoid activities that pollute the water. So if you drink polluted water, you may have health problems. Health is important. Let's try to do things that will not give us any health issues. So that is what we have learned. Let's look at our exercises. Exercise 1, Exercise 2, Exercise 3, Home Assignment 1, Home Assignment 2. So this is all that we have for today. I believe you have followed, you have enjoyed the lesson. Take your time, read the book. If you have questions, ask. Apart from science, we have Kreatinchi, we have Asantichi. If you need copies, reach out to us. We will supply you books. My name is Paul Williams Ofori. Thank you.